Hello, this is Judy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be working on day 25 for Kirsty's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, and this is the favorite round or the best of the sketches. This sketch is designed by Page Maps, and for whatever reason it has a little unicorn on it, and I use it for a horse layout. Now I have to confess, yes, I lost some of the footage. I didn't lose some of the footage. I thought it was recording. It wasn't. So you missed the beginning of the preparation steps for this layout. So what it was is I put together a bunch of scraps and I made strips of paper for this part and this part. And they're the same size with a strip in the middle. I also cut down the base piece, which is white, and I put a brown border around it with some scraps. And I think that's all that I covered in the beginning. Sorry about that. I really hate it when that happens, you know. It's just, you think it's recording, you're going along, and then you go to turn it off, and it's like, oh, it's already off. Oh, no. Yeah, so how are you going to do it all over again? So that's the recap, and I'm going to give you some bonus card ideas as a result. Sorry about that. But this is the layout, and after this intro, you're going to see the putting together this. So I really like it. It came out really nice. But we'll take it away. But in preparation of those layers, I had all these scraps, and they're all measured to 3 inches. And I put a whole bunch of them on double-sided adhesive to see which ones I liked best for the layout. So these are the ones that I didn't choose. And since I already had them made, I made them into these slimline cards, and I really like how they came out. The colors in this collection are just so beautiful. I love it. It's the Hope and Kindness collection from Close to My Heart. So these are the bonus card ideas. And this is using the doily that comes with the collection. And the stamp of the month for May, which is this one I use for some of the sentiments, which is friend, you matter in this world. And then on the inside, I said it's a beautiful day to go after your dreams. Love that sentiment. This one just has sending hugs. And then some inspirational from that stamp of the month. Strength doesn't come from what you can do. It comes from overcoming the things you once couldn't, or things you didn't think you could. This is just very sweet, could do anything, but I put the dreams in there. And then this is another friend card. And that flipped up. I have to glue that down. Now on these, I did use the white, let's see, the acrylic Dina Wakley gloss sprays, and it's right here on my desk. This is the gloss spray. So I took it out and tapped the wand off to get some white splatters. I'm really liking the effect of that because they're so opaque, and they even have some texture to them. So I did that on, I think, these 3, not this one. I don't see any white on that one. But there you have some nice, pretty cards to take some inspiration from. And now we'll get on to the layout. Thank you again for joining me. All right, I think I've gathered everything that I need to do the layout. This is going to be my journaling block. Got the doily and my border for the middle. This is going to be under my photos as a photo mat. I'm going to mat them on white and then on the Sundance. And these are the pieces that I made with those strips. And I'm going to add this brown in the middle just for a resting place in between these. I don't like them together like this, but having this in the middle is much more pleasing to my eye. And it brings in the brown from the outside. I went ahead and trimmed these down, and then I used my dauber to go around with the toffee ink to bring in that inked edge like all of these pieces have. So I'm going to first get my photos down. So we will go ahead and get these down. I'm going to bring in these perfect layer tools, and there's a 1/16. These are well loved, and there's different measurements that you can lay against your photo or mat to get a perfect mat, and they are great. Use them with a X-Acto blade, and a sharp blade will get you a perfect cut every time. You don't have to press really hard, just enough to get through the paper. These Cricut knives are very nice. They have a soft grip here, which are good for my fingers especially. So that looks really nice. Let's get this laid out a little bit better. There. And now I see I have the green here, here, and here, and that's why I felt that these little pieces would be okay as my border. In the horse show world, glitter and bling is all the rage, so that's perfect. So there we go. Now this piece is going to be way too big, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, it actually goes from here down in the sketch. It's just going to be too big and cover up too much. That's going to be there. I'm also going to have this other photo, and I may put it, I have dead space here, so I can tuck that under that doily and do a nice little layer there. So that looks really nice. I like how that's coming along. And I also need to put a title here. And I think that everything else, it has a little border thing here. So let's go to the sticker sheet and see if there's anything we can pull in. I've got quite a few stickers left. I can use, oh, look at that's perfect right there. I can use that sticker right there on the bottom here. So I'll keep that in mind. Look at that sticker would be perfect right here. And then it would be my title too. Let's see. Well, I have room for journaling though. Maybe not. Hope would be good, but hope is really not the word I want. Maybe I could make a different word to go there and just use that as layering piece. That is an option. So I think I'll keep those two pieces in mind, and I'm going to get this laid down. I'm going to pull in the sketch again, see if there's anything else. Oh, I've got my tag here. That'll go up here. And I don't have that color anywhere else in the layout. It is right here. So I may bring in some other pieces, but some of the floral elements I want to bring in. Oh, I've got this piece here. This was on my desk from something. I could use that for some journaling maybe. Put that down here. That would bring your eye around for the 3. That's an option. I also have another circle, I believe, with a heart. There. I've got a bigger one too. These are just items that have been, you know, that I made and have been laying on my desk that I would like to use up. Yeah, the preparation. That should be my title, because that's what this is geared toward. This layout, this story is being prepared. All right, so maybe I'll cut out some letters or find an alphabet, or I can put be prepared here. I really like this. This is really coming along. And having this border here, I don't feel like the white is too much for me. White, I have a problem leaving white space like this much, but I really like it on this layout so far. All right, so I'm going to get things put down, and then I'll come back and see what else we can do. So I was looking for a mat for my photo, and the yellow paper that was left over from matting this was not wide enough. So I found this on my desk, and I love using things. Get them used, right? Use your stash. And of course it doesn't fit because my photo is square and this is a rectangle. So the trick to doing this and changing it is to cut it. And then you can overlap it and slide this underneath. And then you have your square frame, right? All right, so let's get this laid down. And I'll just show you, bring in that T-square and start adhering. Now this is, these are almost 3 inches, okay? And this is 1 3/4. 3 3 6, and that's almost 2, so that would be 8. So 2 inches from the, let's go 2 inches from the top, actually. 2 inches is there and there. I don't know how I ever scrapbooked before I had 2 Versamats. All right. So that looks good. Move that. All right. And if you aren't secure with that, you know, it may move when you start laying your pieces up against it. You can tape it down to your Versamat. Like this. And then it will hopefully stay secure. And that's just the Scotch wall safe tape that I am in love with. Okay, so back to the quick tape runner. And we're going to go, let's see, 1 3/4 is almost perfect from each side. Now this I had also inked. I don't know if I mentioned that. And those perfect layers that I used earlier for my photo mat, I just wanted to say, I think Close to My Heart doesn't have anything like that. But I think Creative Memories now has some. Or not Creative Memories. Oh my goodness, what is the name of that company? I'll think of it. Okay, so now we're going to lay this down here, and we can take up our T-square. And I saved the tape because it lasts a long time. It doesn't rip like washi tape, and it's very durable. All right, so we want to leave some of this. I would like to leave some of this one, but can't have everything. So I got 3 striped elements, which is fine. All right, so let's see. We'll also make sure this is straight. Top to bottom. Right about there. Okay. There's a little more room at the bottom than the top. There we go. Now, did you notice that I forgot to put down my green doily border? All right, so let's sneak these in here. And I'll pull out my tweezers and try and slide this underneath here. Yep. Could also use like a Cricut spatula. That would work as well. Now I'm going to have to put glue on it and then use my tweezers to go underneath. I'm not going to put a lot of glue on them. to go from the edge. All right. Here's the other one. And this is liquid glass in this little bottle here. I put it in here. It's easier to squeeze for my fingers. And I got these bottles from a friend, but she said she got them on Amazon. So if you need little bottles like that. And I think I actually find that they don't get clogged as fast as they do in the big bottle. All right, so let's see how much I can trim off of this. Probably right about to here. Oops. Hopefully that will be covered up. Yeah, cutting it out of this green glitter paper was difficult. I had that on another video where I compared cutting papers with that doily because it's so intricate. I couldn't do without these tweezers either. They're a great tool. I think that's going to be as close as I can get it. So let's see if I need to maybe put this little piece in place and see if I need it there. I think it goes like that. Yeah, we can put it in there. I don't think anyone would notice but me, but why not? I have it here. I can fit it in there, so why not put it down? All right. That looks good. Oh, that's so pretty. All right. Next one is this. I'm kind of thinking I might need something to cover this edge, though. That little bit bothers me. So let's get a strip of paper, a solid paper, maybe another glitter paper. Let's see, I have some of this. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, yes, I think that definitely is a go. All right, let's just put some of those down. Cover that edge. And I'll trim that off. I've got a bunch of these from some cards that I made. And this glitter paper is phenomenal. Cuts great in the Cricut too. It doesn't shed. It's just so nice. All right, so that's a little bit off. Oh, look at, maybe not as steep. I love when that happens. Not too often that they match up perfect like that. Let's make sure those are straight. Oops. Big fingers got in the way. Let's move you up then. Okay, that looks straight. Okay, that looks much better. Okay, let's get that piece from the sticker sheet. We'll get that down here. And that brings it green around too, doesn't it? Perfect. All right, my little tab, where did it run off to? Well, this we were going to put here. This is going to go up here. I was going to slide it underneath there. Let's see if I can lift it up. Probably not. So I think I'll just layer it on top. And this is going to have the date, which is August 13th. '21. All right. And I'm just going to glue it together. I thought about trimming it in half, and I could use the other part somewhere else, but having it double, 2 layers of it will, oh, come on, glue. 2 layers will give it some dimension. So we'll go ahead and stick it together. Oh, and this would be a good place to put some little gems on the scallops too. Not that we need any more bling with all the glitter paper, but it's okay. We don't need it. It doesn't mean we can't have it, right? All right, so that looks good. Now this, I think we're going to slide underneath here, and I can trim it so it's the same length. So we're going to probably trim this much off. That looks good. All right, let's put it down. I'm going to try and use the same amount of white in between here as is in my photo mat. It just makes it look like it goes together when you have the same sizes in your measurements. Because this is a very linear, even though I have the softness of the doily, it's still a very linear layout. So let's trim this. It'll look kind of odd sticking out while I'm working on it here. All right. Oh yeah, I really like that. It really softened up that green too. Okay, so now we have this. Oh, maybe we can put this photo under here. That would be cool. All right. Oh yeah, that looks good. All right, we'll leave it there for a minute and make sure I really like it. And that's going to go overlapping the photo, so we can pop that up on pop dots. Or on foam, just in the middle, so it's looking a little off kilter because there's more paper underneath here. Okay, let's put the heart here. Maybe we'll put a circle under the heart to give it some more oomph. I've got this here. Oh, this would look good. Oh, I like that. Okay, so that looks good. So there's a lot of yellow here. That's really drawing my eye. So maybe some yellow letters and some yellow colored flowers. Let's see what's on the sticker sheet. Oh, we were going to use this hope. We don't have to. I like this better. I have some of these little yellow pieces here that I could use. Maybe I can tuck them under some colored flowers. All right. Oh, there's a pretty heart. There's a few hearts. A couple, just 2. Oh, there's a green one. Okay, so I could use those to go with this heart. I do still have these too, though. Bring your eye around. I like that too. All right, so I'm going to color some of these flowers that I have all cut out. And these are from the stamp set from Hope and Kindness. It's a stamp set here, and there's the thin cuts that go with it. So I cut all those out to have in my stash for whenever I need them. So I'm going to color them with some tri-blend markers, and I want to use Citrus Blend. Let's see, where's my green? There it is. The Dahlgren and the Coral are the colors that I've been using to color these that seem to match really well. I'm going to go with the light, and then the medium, and then the dark, or the mid, and then the dark. These are great alcohol markers. They blend your colors so perfectly. It makes you look like an artist. I like using them. They're very similar to the Copics that you may have heard of, but they're tri-blend from Spectrum Noir that Close to My Heart carries. And I just color the whole image with the lightest color. And then I'll go in with the mid-tone and adds a little bit of shadowing. And as it dries, it lightens. And there's no, you don't have to know a lot about coloring or shadowing or shading or anything like that to use these markers. They just blend so nice. There's no lines from coloring, so they are so popular. And they are well sealed, as you can see, so that they don't dry out. So having the 3 tones in one marker really makes it so convenient. You know, instead of buying 3 different markers, you have them all in one. All right, so now I could go back with the lightest to blend it, but with the yellow being so light, it really doesn't need it. With the coral, you will see that I will do a little more blending with the lighter color. And it does show a little bit better with that color. Now with the green, you could do some shading with this, but you really don't have to. The purpose of these flowers is just to add some fun to the layout, pretty embellishing. All right, so there's that. So now I'll go in with the mid and just do what would be behind the flower. What's layered underneath is where your shadow would be. I missed that one. All right, so that's all there is to it. So now we'll go with the coral. And because these are so small, you really don't even have to do any shadowing or shading again. But I'll go to the dark, and I will just go with the base of these flowers to give them a little depth. And same, I will add some vein to that flower. So that's all there is to it, and that one's done. So I'll do the rest of these, or a few of these, and then we will embellish the layout. Okay, I made my title, and it's very tiny. I had to do a little surgery on the E and the Y there to get it to come out okay, but everything else cut out really well. It's very tiny. So let's get some glue on my craft sheet here. So put a little glue there, and now I can dip my pieces into the glue. And you can use scrap paper for this too, I've used. And then having this on my Cricut mat, I can place it precisely where it needs to be for the shadow. Now this font I used, I don't know what one it is, but it'll go for any font. It was very thin. It was one of the writing fonts, but I really like it. It fit the mood and feel that I have going on with this layout. So what I did was I wanted it to be bold, and it didn't have a bold feature. So I did the offset and welded it together with the first layer so that it was a bold layer. And then I made another offset of the bold for the shadow. And I do that quite often because some of the writing fonts are so pretty, but they're way too thin to cut. And it looks like I lost my dot with my white. Get that out of there with tweezers. Okay. If you ever lose it and you have white letters, you can use a white gel pen to draw a dot. Like right there, I'll draw a dot on there so that it's good to go. All right. And this is really sticky. It looks like I lost the one for the eye in preparation as well. This mat is quite sticky. I re-stick them with the green mono glue, and it works really well. Sometimes too well. All right, these letters are so thin, but it'll be well worth it. And leaving this on the Cricut mat helps to give it it keeps it in place so it doesn't move underneath while I'm trying to arrange the letters on top. It's also good for thin cut letters. You can stick them onto your Cricut mat and then stick down the several layers. Very cool. It's very tiny. Tinier than I thought it was going to be. All right, so this is going to go down here, and this is why I had to make it tiny so it would fit in the space for my title. Whoops. There. White gel pen. Let's see. This is an 08, so it should work good. Run it on my finger to get it going. And put my dot on my eyes. Good. Perfect. Okay, so I cut off that little piece here, and I thought I would continue it here just to make it look like it's a whole piece. And then I will cover the rest with the flower, so you'll never know that it didn't continue all the way across. That looks good. I'm going to pop up the flower. Right, these are ones that I had at hand, so these are the dots that I'm going to use. I like to save these for using under black layers, but they are what is handy. I only need to remove a couple of these. I don't need to remove all of them. I'll go there. And I had to add the gold yellow blend to this flower to give it more of a Sundance tone, because that citrus was just too yellow. So that's how I changed that. So let's put this flower here. No, I think, or not flower, the heart. I think I was going to use a small one over here. So let's trim this one down. And I'll nestle it right in there. Okay. Now we will work on the doily. Oh, this photo is still not adhered down, so let's get that set. I like how it nestles right in there. I don't want any of the lines to meet. It just makes it look funny. So not there, not there. Unfortunately, it's a little off, so I'm good with it. We're going to cover it with a flower, so hopefully it won't draw an eye or the doily. So there we go. So let's pop this up. That fits in there really nice. And I'll put a little glue on this. And I think it's gonna like cover half of those, that one circle dotted. Oops. There we go. Make it evenly spaced, the same as those circles around the outside there, those little dots that are cut out. Right. There we go. Now my journaling box, I didn't talk much about that. I'm going to cut this in half, I think. I don't have much to say, so we're going to make it small. Maybe I'll make it even 1.5 inches. Yeah, that looks good. It'll be right there. And that looks perfect right there. Okay. Maybe I will write my journaling now. And I'm sure you've seen this other places. I've used this many times. Some scrap paper. I get 3 lines. So that should be plenty for my journaling, what I need to say. Okay, again, the sketch here and my layout. I finished it because I only had a couple more things I needed to do. I had to move the heart up because once I put this down, it was underneath the heart and some of the words you couldn't read. But otherwise, I think it looks really good. I love how it turned out. The flowers in my 3 clusters and 3 hearts, and the title came out nice. It's trying to stick down a little bit. It was a little bit different than here to have the title down below, but that's all right. I like how it came out, and I hope you enjoyed this. Now, I do want to mention that this is a blog hop, so make sure you check out everybody else that is following along with this sketch for Chrissy's Beautiful Life. And these are favorite sketches in the past that they pulled together for these 30 days. And I hope you have enjoyed my layout and check out all the rest. Have a great day. Close-ups at the end.